Taraji P. Henson. Hi, baby.
Hey, sis.
You're too far from me. I don't know why.
I know.
Why this table's too far. You look so good.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
I went to Bali.
I know you.
And I
Don't act like I don't know you went to Bali. Okay, the first thing I need to know is, how was Bali?
Life-changing. I literally go on vacation, and if 7 days max, that's 6th day, I'm at the airport.
I'm the same way. I can't take it.
I'm ready to go. I literally did not want to come back.
Really?
It took me all night to pack. I was like teary-eyed. I didn't want to leave. I really
have to bring
didn't.
people into this because maybe people don't know what we're talking about. Taraji was on my podcast a couple months ago. She's at a time of her life where I'm going to just recap it real
I hit
short.
a wall.
You hit a wall,
Yeah.
and you were trying to reconnect to being happy, right? Like defining your happiness. And I got to tell you, you came on the podcast. I didn't know what we was about to talk about. You were so beautiful and so honest, and I felt it in the moment with you. But then after, when we put it out in the world, I don't know what you felt.
Well, my phone was going nuts in Bali. I was like, what is happening in the world? And then, people, they kept tagging me. And I was like, what the hell did I say? Like,
Oh,
I was so nervous. Remember, I hit you and I was like, should I have said this? You was like, please don't do that to yourself. It was beautiful.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
But did you feel it was almost like there was such a large group of people that just needed somebody to say that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
Did you
felt.
feel that?
I did. It did.
There
And
was
I
so
felt-
much genuine, like grateful. People were grateful that you shared that.
And that's why it's so important to talk, because you will know you're not alone. There's no reason for people to be suffering in silence, because trust me, there's too many humans on this planet Earth for you to be alone. You're never alone in your feelings and your mental state. Like, there's always somebody out there that can identify. That's why we need to share. Humans need humans.
Yeah. And there's nobody walking around that's good all the time.
No, never.
Ever.
No.
Yeah. So the
never.
fact that you were like so honest in that moment, but it was done in a way where it was done with hope. Like,
Yeah.
you weren't like, woe is me, I'm miserable. You were like, I'm not happy and I'm gonna figure this out. And one of the things I'm gonna do is go on this hopefully life-changing trip to Bali for what? For how long were you there?
For a month.
A
I was
month.
there for a whole month.
And then you get there, and what happens?
I got there, and the first thing I was able to do is sleep. I slept for 12 hours.
You needed it.
I needed it. And I did the entire trip dry. I didn't have any alcohol. I ate plant-based food. I prayed a lot. I actually went on a 3-day prayer pilgrimage. They have a lot of temples. There's like over 11,000 temples on the island. I stayed in Ubud, which is the center of Bali, and that's the most holy part of the land. There are touristy parts of the island, but it was too stimulating, and that's not what I went for. I literally wore my Jesus shoes and my linen, and I was just free in the rice field.
You say your Jesus shoes? You had Jesus shoes?
That's what they call them. But it was just beautiful. I met the most amazing, beautiful, loving community. They wrapped their arms around me. We had the most beautiful, enlightening conversations. And it was so important that I went by myself, because had I gone with my girls or some friends, I wouldn't have never met these people. It forced me to be present and in the moment and have conversations that I necessarily wouldn't have. No one cared about what I did in Hollywood. They cared about me, the human.
Yeah.
And it was just beautiful. Well, I still keep in touch with that community. We have a thread on WhatsApp, and we check in.
Then how do you take that home with you? So then you come home, and I'm sure the agents are calling, the managers are calling, the everybody. I'm sure like life gets back to lifing when you get home.
But I had a different outlook on it. I came back with more hope. You know what I mean? And a different outlook. I wasn't as annoyed anymore. One thing that I did was very interesting was laughing yoga, laughing meditation. And you just sit.
I need to learn how to do this immediately.
It freed me. It unlocked something in me. Cause you can't worry about how you look. I laughed so hard that I cried, like ugly face cried. And when I finished, I felt high. That's the only way I can put it. Before I left,
I've never heard of this.
Yes, before, and then literally, like, you'll be in traffic, and the urge for me to be annoyed and snap turns into a laugh. Because what are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do about it. You
Just
snap,
laugh.
you beep your horn. Is that gonna make traffic move faster? No. So what can you do? You laugh.
So how does that work? Just tell me how to. I'll look it up because I've never heard of this. It's laughing meditation.
Laughing yoga. You sit there
Laughing,
in different positions and you just laugh and you move he tells you what to do with your arms and your body, and you just move the energy through your body. You just move it out. And whenever you feel like you don't want to laugh, you just lean into it and laugh harder. And I'm telling you, I laughed and I cried. I really unlocked some emotions.
Wow.
I did acupuncture, and for the first time in my life, I felt the energy moving through my body. Those people are healers, because that's all. They don't care about materialistic things. They live in communities, in communes, because their homes have been in their family for centuries, so they never move out. So the youngest son stays with the parents until they die off, and then they take over the house, and it just stays. They have altars. They believe in cremation, so all of their ancestors are on the altar. So you're not going to buy their property from them. They're happy. They don't want or need for anything, and they're just beautiful people. They make offerings every morning. They pray over you. If you're in their car, on the back of their scooters, their offerings everywhere, all along the sidewalk. It's just beautiful. They don't allow you to come in temples unless you have an offering. So you just can't come and take pictures and be a tourist. You have to participate. You have to be respectful. And I love it. It was just beautiful.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I feel better. I didn't even go. You made me feel some type of way.
It was just, I can't explain it.
The laughing yoga, is there other people doing it with you so everybody's laughing at the same time?
Actually, Ben Vereen was there.
Wow.
And
his laugh must have been great.
Oh my God.
It
was
great
incredible laugh. Because we both had, we talked, we got really close. I called him my dad away from dad. I lost my father in 2006, and he was like, you can be my daughter. And he actually adopted all of us as his children. But
that's so sweet.
he was just so loving, and he would, he saw me. We saw each other because we got there the same night, and we saw each other, and we kind of went through this whole metamorphosis together. And I don't know if you follow him, but the joy that he has.
I'm going to now.
Oh my God, he's performing again, and it was amazing. But we laughed and cried and hugged and prayed for each other. I mean, we still keep in touch. He gave me a laughing Buddha to remember our moments in the laughing meditation, and just the
that
people.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, I just can't stop talking about the people that I met.
I love this.
I see all of their faces.
I saw you. Well, I saw you since then. I saw you at Super Bowl, and I could tell when I saw you, I don't know, your skin looks good. You just look calm and I don't know.
I was still dry too. I mean, I still am. I don't need any outside anything to.
Are you afraid to mess up the energy you're on?
Well, no, I did have a drink. About 2 weeks ago, but I couldn't wait to get back on the wagon.
Really?
Not that I had a problem. It's just I don't need anything to make me be the life of the party or to feel comfortable in my skin. I found that again, that childlike joy, where I can laugh at the most silliest shit,
I love that. As soon as this is over, I'm going to go do deep research of laughing yoga.
Should.
I have to try it at least one time.
It will unlock pent up energy.
That sounds amazing. I've been dealing with this thing with the podcast with people sharing stories, which has been a beautiful experience and amazing. But I wonder, because there is a thing, I saw Brene Brown talking about this, about a hangover, like a vulnerability hangover. Like when you share, if you share for real, deeply, and you're vulnerable in front of people, that maybe how you said, what did I say? The next day, if you feel.
But that's why I don't listen. Whenever I do it, I show up as me. I give you me, and I walk away. I don't go back because I know me. I know I'll get heady about it, and I know my heart. I'm a good person, and I'm very transparent. And I'm coming to you. Hopefully, my story will help somebody else, and that's how I show up. So there's no need for me to go back and listen to it again. I still don't know everything I said in the podcast. When I was moment, and I don't, because I just refuse to. First of all, listening to myself drives me crazy.
It was, well, let me tell you, as somebody who saw it a few times, and then people send me their favorite clips, it was absolutely beautiful. It was so brave and I don't know, just naked. It was naked there.
Yeah.
And then so sometimes people, when you share, even me, sometimes if I share too much, sometimes I'll be I feel a little weird after I feel a little, but I'll shake it off because I know I did it with intention. And in control of what I share.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I just wondered if you felt like, if you ever feel
I
like in
think
it, because you
acting
share a
helps
lot,
me.
not in just that moment in the podcast, but in general, your life is pretty.
Yeah, I
Open.
just think that, I mean, I don't share everything, but
No. That's what Mary always
But-
says. Mary says, I got to keep my bra and panties
exactly,
on.
right?
Can't be naked out here.
Exactly, but because people will harm you. Everybody doesn't have good intentions either, so you have to protect yourself. But at the same time, as an actor, I share a lot. So if I'm sharing, a character's pain or vulnerability, a little bit of that is an insight to my pain and vulnerability. But I have a switch. I turn it on and off. I don't have to stay the character. I'll be on the scene. I'll be crying, they'll yell cut, and I'll be like, yeah, girl, so anyway, them shoes you have on, I just, I know how to
Turn it off.
yeah, yeah.
It's amazing.
That's how I keep my sanity. Because I can't take on a character's issues and mine, Lord, I go crazy.
Yeah, but and you're changing people's lives, not just in that moment, even what you're doing now with the pod and
Yes,
the
I'm very
tell
proud
everybody
of that.
about this. So it's well, is it just one, or is this something
No, we're
that's
gonna roll out,
Okay.
and it'll be over a series of 5 years. We've partnered with Kate Spade, New York, and I don't know if you know much about the company, but mental wellness and women's success has been a pillar for that company for like over a decade. And so we went to them with our idea of what we wanted to do on HBCU campuses with the She Care pods, and they were all for it. They came to the table and supported us like no other. And so we have these pods, and they're like, you've seen these container homes, right?
Yeah.
And we found a Black-owned company to construct them out of Chicago. And they're these safe spaces for women to convene. They can get hassle-free mental health services, because 60% of students drop out of college because of mental health problems. And not that 60%, 50% did not have access to mental health resources. So, and of course, we want to continue to eradicate, the stigma around mental health in our community. So this pod is going to be a source of that. I don't know if anybody's been to school, went to HBCU, but when I was in college, I wish there was something like this, because I know a couple of friends who were having mental health crisis. I didn't know where to tell them to go.
Yeah.
But now we have these pods. And so if it's out of sight, it's out of mind.
How do they get the resource? They just show up?
It's free. It's for anybody on campus. Anybody on campus.
And
can
what do
come.
they have there? Like,
You can do yoga. We have clinicians, therapists. We're partnering with the school. They already have some sort of a program for mental wellness there. They just needed extra support, and so we're coming to give them that. And so we've reached out to clinicians, therapists, psychiatrists to come in to give free therapy sessions, virtually or in person. They have yoga. There's sound meditation, sound bath, art. Safe spaces for women to hang out. We give psycho therapy education, where you can meet other peers and meet new therapists, find a therapist. We have rest pods sometimes when you just need to unplug and go to sleep.
Love that.
Yeah, and rest. The pods are so amazing. Like, I want one.
I think I like that.
I want one in my backyard.
How do we get one of those?
Exactly.
Can I order one of those? No.
The plan is to continue to roll it out. If you want to save the nation, you want to save the world, you save the women. So we're starting with the She Care pods, and eventually we'll have He Care pods and They Care pods. But you got to think about it. If you ingest poison, or if you cut yourself or break a leg or a limb or break out in a rash, you have pharmacists, you have drugstores on every corner.
Yeah, urgent cares.
Yeah. What happens when your mental is not well?
It's hard. It's hard to figure it out, especially if you don't have the proper insurance, or you don't even know how to navigate through that, or where do you go, and then finding good help.
Right. And so another another reason for these pods are because we need to have self-regulated therapy like yoga and meditation, because we already know there's not enough therapists to handle everyone in the world. So if we can teach these young women to self-regulate, that will help. That will take some of the edge off.
Yes.
But like I said, the plan is to hopefully have these pods on every corner in every city. So people, you feel like you want to have a road rage situation, maybe you have a pod to, go into.
Yeah. How do people support you doing that work?
Well, you can always donate to the Boris L. Henson Foundation.org.
That's your dad?
Yeah, that's my dad. God bless me. Rest in peace.
He must be so proud of you.
He has to be. He really does.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to be famous, so there you go.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, Taraji. So we're doing amazing work in the mental health space. You're changing people's lives, making people feel seen. You're also doing other work.
Yeah.
You're acting still.
I'm still acting.
What do we have? First of all, there's Abbott Elementary, which I love. Is this a regular? Because it should be a regular.
You have to ask Quinta that. But I would
It's
definitely
like,
go back.
Even the notion of you being on is like trending. It's like people are so excited
it's
about.
crazy. That's so crazy to me.
They haven't even seen you yet. They don't even know what. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah. So I can tell you though, but I play Quinta's because it's out there somewhere. I play Quinta's mother. Of course, I had her at a very young age.
Clearly.
But she's a mess, and you know those mother-daughter dynamics where the daughter was more of the mom than the mother.
Yes,
it's that kind of dynamic, and you'll really get to understand a little deeper who Janine is as a person. And for me, I was a substitute teacher before my career took off, so I really have a deep affinity and love for teachers. And this show, it's just special. It's smart. It's witty. The writing is impeccable.
It's funny.
It's funny as fuck. Like I had so much fun. The cast is amazing, so talented, and there's just love on that set. I like to go on.
I love
sets.
that for you.
Yeah,
you're gonna laugh. You're gonna have fun. They really. I see that for you. Like you doing like something light and fun like that feels great.
You know, that's what I came out to California to do.
What, comedy?
Yes.
Yeah. Because you're mad funny. You should do it.
Because you made sense as a single mother. Those are banker's hours, really. You know what I mean? Yeah. And 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Make that money, that coin. It's real easy. But God, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Yeah.
They have to be seeing the reaction of people being excited that you're going to be on.
I hope so, because NBC, well, should I say that?
No.
Yeah, Kevin Hart's company was producing. It was so dope.
Can it still happen or no?
I don't know. Amanda's
people don't realize that. People see somebody like you.
No, but the realness is that people think just because I am,
that's
I can
what I'm
get
saying.
Stuff green
or Kevin.
It's not. It's hard. Yeah. It's hard out
here.
It's
still hard.
Yeah, it's still hard. Things just don't happen like that.
You still have to work and wait and get answers from other people sometimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen that you have to convince.
One thing I do know that's coming, which I'm so excited about, is The Color Purple.
Oh.
Have you talked about this much? Is this like out?
Yeah, it's out. It's out.
But it's like a musical, right?
It's a beautiful marriage of the book, the musical on Broadway, and the original screenplay.
And it's a movie.
It's a movie.
I predict this is going to be like.
Oh, here we go with the predictions. Now I'm about to fall off the wagon. Give me a shot of something. No, why?
What do you mean?
I'm joking. What's the prediction?
I predict that this is going to be a huge cultural moment.
Oh, absolutely.
I think because the cast, it's a musical. The Color Purple is so deeply rooted in people's, you know what I mean? Like history, and like a mom and grandma could watch it, and then Haley Bailey is in it. Like I just think it's gonna be one of those like everybody can watch it. I think it's gonna be huge.
Absolutely.
And then who's your role? Who are you playing?
Avery.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Of course you are. You're gonna kill that.
You know what? And I'm always happy to share another talent that my fans may not know that exists. And I went to Howard for musical theater. I didn't graduate in musical theater because.
Are you dancing and singing?
Absolutely. Yes. And I'm really singing. Like people go, but we know you can sing. You sang Hard Out Here for a Pimp, but that's not really singing. Like when you're doing Broadway songs, that's singing with your whole body. Is
that scary for you?
No, I trained in that. Like I know,
but you haven't done it. People haven't seen it.
But once I warmed up the pipes, I was back in there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So you like really singing?
No, really singing. I'm not lip syncing. There's nobody in the studio but me. That is my voice.
It doesn't surprise me though. I see that for you. All right, when does that come out?
December.
Do we know?
December 20th.
Oh, it's a Christmas movie. You see what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a cultural moment. It's gonna be great. I'm excited for that
It's
for
great.
you.
It's so great.
In
And
the
Blitz,
meantime-
our director, is just, he's amazing. He's a singer, rapper, author. He plays instruments. He's just multi-talented, and he directed the hell out of this film.
I know you bodied it already. I already know you bodied it. I'm so excited for you.
I'm excited too.
What do you do now? Are you like full? I saw you on the other day lip syncing in Jimmy Kimmel show.
I wasn't lip syncing. I was really.
No. You imitating. It was the word.
Oh yeah.
You-
I was really rapping.
all right. Sorry. No disrespect. Sorry. I know you can rap,
I can't, but you know.
but
they
you
had
can
the-
as somebody else, and you totally can.
I can
by
as
the way.
somebody else. Yeah, I could play a rapper. Call me.
You can play
Hollywood.
anybody. You can play anybody.
I really could.
You can play. You played Cardi B on that one.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Do you hear from Cardi after you do something like that?
I did. I think Cardi's busy though. She got a lot on her plate.
Everybody's busy. She had to see it. Somebody had to
I'm
have sent
sure
it
she's
to her.
seen
It was so good.
I'm sure she's seen it.
But you like are full body, like you fully back into work mode.
I am.
Hard, hit the ground running.
I am. I mean, you know, I'm really producing a lot of projects for myself, and I'm being very particular about what I do because I've reached the point in my career where I don't have to do everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to feel repetitive in characters that I portray. So I'm like literally, I didn't have anything on the slate until I saw Quinta at the That's My Jam, and I was like, girl, I sang her praise, and I was like, girl, I love the show, I'm a fan, you know, call me. And she did. And so other than that, I would have been just waiting for what's next. I had things on the slate where it's in contract mode. Those contracts take forever because there's so many people involved.
And you love working, right? Like you.
I love it again because before Bali, I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore.
You were tired.
I was tired. Yeah.
It was amazing that you shared that moment.
Yeah.
It really changed people's. I know from seeing in conversation and things that have been fed to me, like you lifted people up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope
you
so.
have your whole career, but that moment
Yeah.
especially for for me, I saw it firsthand how you lift people up. I think the pod's gonna do
and
the
you're
same.
just a great interviewer too, Angie.
Thanks,
T.
T.
Let's give you your flowers.
Thank you, T. Thank you. It's weird though. It's like doing a regular interview. Like if you just come here to talk about Abbott Elementary, I could do that interview with you. But that to me wasn't even really an interview.
Right.
It just was really being.
It was us. Like they really saw me and my girlfriend. This is what we do when we go to Nobu.
Yeah, like that wasn't. I wasn't interviewing you at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I was asking you.
I didn't feel like it.
I was asking you questions to try to understand what was going on and what do you think, and then we were sharing thoughts and ideas. It was really a conversation. It wasn't even an interview.
How was your trip to Japan?
Oh my God, it was so good. I didn't even. Did I ever talk about that on the pod that I was going after? I was inspired by you, but I need a trip. Mine was only like. It was only like a week. I couldn't go.
But that's okay.
I couldn't do it much. It was amazing.
I'm sure it
was. I golfed in
and
Tokyo.
You went by yourself, right?
I did. I had people there though. Like I had people that took care of me when I got there.
Yeah, I did too. I went to a destination where I knew the person, but I didn't hang out with that person. You know, but I felt safe there.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
I had people look out for me.
Yeah.
One person took me golfing. We went to golf. I got to see. It was just dope. I totally would go back. Have you been? Do you like it there? Have you been?
Oh yes, I've been. I want to go back because it was a whirlwind. I need to go back.
I would love to do that as a girls trip.
Let's go because I never got to the nightlife because I kept hitting the wall. You know that time difference.
Yeah.
So I really definitely want to go. And I was sort of sick when I was dealing with my leaky gut situation. So
don't end the interview on that note.
I'm healed.
Only Taraji keep it that real with you. It's my leaky gut.
No, because they kept asking me, how was the sushi? Was it amazing? I couldn't really, indulge in the food like that because I was kind of sick. But that's why I want to go back. I want to really experience it fully.
For sure, do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. I would love that. Well, I can't. When Color Purple and all that stuff, can we do like an interview then and talk about it?
Are you kidding me? You don't have to ask me that, Angie. Come on now.
No, I love that. I'm excited for all of it. And then when do we see Abbott? Next week? Is it Wednesday?
April 12th.
April 12th, Wednesday.
April 12th.
I love you, Mama. I'm so happy that you're good and happy and back.
I'm back. She is back.
She is back. Taraji P. Henson!
Thank you,
Power
sis.
5.1.